Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Hello grade 3s and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is culture, traditions and houses. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Now remember, we can also practice social distancing as well to stay safe and far away from coronavirus. Make sure that your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Well done. For today's lesson, we will be talking about reading and phonics. For our first exercise, boys and girls, let's turn to page 3. On page 3, we are going to be doing a comprehension. Remember, grade 3s, a comprehension is a story, and then after reading that story, we have some questions to answer to see if we understood the story. We always read our comprehension 3 times. So we are going to read it the first time together, and then the second time we are going to read it to find our answers. And then the third time is when you are going to read it to see if your answers are correct. So let us begin. Remember, you can follow me with your pencil or your finger and make sure that you can read out loud. If you don't know any of the words, you can stop and hear how I pronounce the words. Are we ready? Let us start at the title. Who will be the leader? One day, some animals and birds met in the forest. They wanted to elect their leader. The elephant said, "I am the biggest land animal, so I will be the leader." The peacock said, "And I am the most beautiful bird in the forest, and I can dance well, so I will be the leader." The giraffe said, "I am the tallest animal in the forest, so I should be the leader." The cuckoo said, "I can swing so sweetly, so I should be the leader." The lion said, "I am the most powerful animal in the forest, so I should be the leader." Can you guess who would be the next leader? So this is our comprehension for this week. Remember, boys and girls, it's okay to pause if you don't know any of the words. Now, before we read it a second time, let's take a look at our questions. Now, when we are answering questions, boys and girls, we need to remember that we need to answer our questions in full. Make sure that when you answer, it is a full answer and it makes sense. I am going to read the questions twice before we go on and read the passage a second time. Number 1 says, where did the animals meet? Where did the animals meet? Number 2 says, which animal is the tallest? Which animal is the tallest? Number 3 says, why did the animals decide to gather in the forest? Why did the animals decide to gather in the forest? And number 5 says, write your own ending to the story. Which animal do you think will be the best leader and why? Write your own ending to the story. Which animal do you think will be the leader, best leader, and why? So as you can see, the first one is where, which is asking us about a place. So number 1 needs you to put a place. Number 2 is asking about which means that you're going to put a name of an animal there. And number 3 is asking why, which means you have to give a reason. Then number 5 is asking you to do 3 things. The first thing you're going to do is write an ending for the story. The second thing that you're going to do is say which animal would be the best leader. And then the third is to say why you think that animal would be the best leader. So now that we have read all our questions, it is time now to read the passage a second time. Let's take a look. Remember, we are going to start from the heading. Who will be the leader? One day, some animals and birds met in the forest. They wanted to elect their leader. The elephant said, I am the biggest land animal, so I will be the leader. The peacock said, I am the most beautiful bird in the forest, and I can dance so well, so I will be the leader. The giraffe said, I am the tallest animal in the forest, so I should be the leader. The cuckoo said, I can sing so sweetly, so I should be the leader. The lion said, I am the most powerful animal in the forest, so I should be the leader. Can you guess who would be the next leader? Well, this is a very interesting story, my dear children, and I want you to go through it after you have read the passage for a third time. Go through it and find out which one you think should be the leader. When you're done with that, I would like you to also go to page 4. On page 4, we are going to be doing our vocabulary words and our sight words. Today, we are going to start with our sight words. Now remember, sight words are words we often see when we are reading and often use when we are writing. It is very important for us to know how to spell these words so that we can say them and use them correctly. Let us read our sight words. Please repeat after me. 1. Should. Will. I. Be. Very. The. can, so, you, am. So you can now use these words when you are reading and also when you are writing, especially if you're going to be making sentences. Now let us go to our vocabulary words. Now vocabulary words are very important because they help us improve our English. And if we know our new vocabulary words, we can try and use them when we are speaking and when we are writing sentences as well. Let's take a look at our vocabulary words, and then afterwards I will explain what each word means. Please repeat after me. Leader, forest, animals, elect, biggest, beautiful, tallest, powerful. These are our vocabulary words. Some of them we know the meaning, but some we don't. So let us go through them with the meaning. A leader is someone who is going to be taking charge of everyone around them. The forest is a natural place filled with plants and animals. Animals are creatures that are there and live in the wild or the forest. Elect means to choose. Biggest means the largest thing ever. Beautiful can also mean pretty, or in some cases, lovely. Tallest is talking about length, and that means that the length is the longest. Powerful can also mean the word strong. So now that I've given you these words, I want you to please try and use them when you're making your sentences this week. Practice your sight words as well. And when you are done with your exercise, practice again and again and again. I will see you soon after our advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
For our last exercise for today, boys and girls, let us turn to page 5. On page 5, we are going to be rearranging sentences. Now remember, each sentence starts with a capital letter and ends with a full stop. In order for us to rearrange the sentences, we need to first find the one with the capital letter. So I am going to do number 1 with you. Let's take a look at the board. So with number 1, we can already see that we have our capital letter T for the, which means that is the first box that we're going to write. So you must write, please take your pencil and you're going to write the bag, the first box. Remember, handwriting is very important. Make sure that your letters are a good size and that there is even spacing. Are you done? I'm almost done. And there we go. I have the first box, the bag. Now I need to figure out what's going on. And in your booklet, you can see that there is a picture. So from here, let's take a look at that bag and see what other words we can use. Now we have the word a, tag, has. Can you see the tag? Yes, you can. So we need to make a sentence about that tag. So we can now say the bag has. So let's put the word has. Remember to shape your letters correctly and make sure that your spacing is very good. So we have now used the bag and has, meaning we now need to complete it with the word a and the word tag. So I'm going to write mine and I want you to write yours too. We start with the bag has, so we're going to put the word a and then we're going to end our sentence with the word tag. Tag. Yes. And our sentence is not complete because even though we have a capital letter at the beginning, we still need a full stop at the end. So now our sentence makes sense. Instead of saying the bag a tag has, we have rearranged it so that it can say the bag has a tag. Don't forget your full stop, because if you don't put your full stop, then your sentence is not correct. So take your time, read each word, look at the pictures for clues, and rearrange neatly. I will see you just now after our advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
We have now come to the end of our special lesson, boys and girls, and I hope you had fun. Remember, reading can be so much fun, especially if you change your voice. Now that we are done, it is time to sanitize. Now, when we sanitize, we need to make sure that we sanitize our hands properly. So inside, around, in between, our fingertips, and on our wrists. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. Well done! Now, let's see if we can call Zoshi with our special traditional drum. Zoshi! Zoshi, hi! Did you hear my special drum? Yes. So, from Zoshi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye!
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF for Every Child, MyZone Online School, and Amos Meerkat Syllabus.